Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the global offensive. Oh, sorry, the game was just lagging there. Global Offensive Champions League. This is going to be, of course, the second map of the night, and we're going to be into DE Nuke. So welcome. This is going to be Team SNG, otherwise known as Signature, versus Elements. Now just getting picked up by Peter, and obviously the Russian org versus the Danish team. So going to be an interesting match ahead of us indeed, and we are going to be hopefully kicking it off in just a quick second. The knife round's just been done. This is nukes and knife round, very important as well. They will be staying with the CT side as you would expect here on nuke. So yeah, again, I guess we have a few things to run over in this sense. Peter, this roster has kind of been in and out of this org recently, and it is a very talented team as well. They've not really had a lot of international, I guess, exposure or experience, but they've done a lot of, online cups. They've played a few local events. They're definitely a good team, but they've really not been able to kind of rise above and make it to a huge depth like some of their other, counterparts in the CIS scene have. But Signature, less well-known Danish team, kind of, playing in the tier 3, tier 4 kind of level online. Not too much level experience apart from local stuff. Yeah, I definitely would hedge my bets on Elements, otherwise known as Peter. I think I'm going to call them Elements for this match, but they are Peter. I guess I'll call them Peter actually because the overlay says Peter. But yeah, definitely a fair thing to say that Peter will pick up this map, but that being said, we saw a bit of an upset in the previous one, EWS just getting knocked out by Hamas, so that was a bit scary. However, we're going to be jumping into this one straight away. So no more delays, we're just straight in on time. And this is one of the few events I've actually worked with that actually haven't had delays, which is very nice. And as well, not only all the guys behind GOCL being great, shout out to Faceit as well for being our league partner for this event. And we're going to be kicking it off with this pistol. So Signature, they're going to be investing in, Singularity, not Signature. They're going to be investing in a nade, a 5.7, a kit, and some armored players here. But Elements, Peter setting up outside of this A site. They've got a smoke and a couple of flashes there on face crack. The rest of them going to be on those rifles, and they are going to be getting ready to go straight out onto this A site here if these CTs don't provoke any aggression. But Elements, or Peter, I'm going to keep doing that. Peter not committing to this one just yet. Smoke goes down, flash to follow, but they don't commit. They set themselves back up towards ramp where Insta is going to be ready and waiting. Taps away, information, runs away. Runs for the hills, going to give it to them. It doesn't matter, they don't want ACT control, but look at this. They're splitting right into hell here. Carney's, he's going to be holding down a 2 quick headshots, so that's going to be very swift. The start of this map for the CT side, and no refrag. Finally, Waterfalls will come back in with one, but Insta's back up in the heavens. He's shutting them down. Bombs dropped outside as Jimko will fall, and Waterfalls, he does attempt a refrag, will succeed in his endeavours, and now 2v3 going to be in play here. It's Peter. Don't really have a lot to work with. Obviously, they've got the bomb back in their hands, which is one positive, but the map control is quite heavy in the favour of the CT side. So we see these T players just wait for CT to try and rotate back into their positions. We do have obviously Ubique putting a bit of pressure on the A site. That's pretty much going to be it here. Trying to spot out someone early on. Finally, as he makes his way into heaven, the last player split out towards that vents tagged away. They're not killing him. Hurry up! There we go. Ubique finds it, and now Jay coming back in from heaven to get himself one, but Ubique says no. Headshot comes in. Peter, they pick up the first round on the board, and that will be the one that they need, especially being on this T side. Going to be a lot harder to come into this matchup, so going to give them a little bit of an innate advantage to carry on with that as SNG Singularity. They are going to be back down to these pistols here. Bit of armour, Carney saving for that AWP or a Deagle in the next round, and the rest of them just going for some CZs, some 5.7s, a couple of Deagles as well. So nothing too special here from the CT side, but Elements, Peter, they're going to be more than ready to take this fight here as they start to rush outside. It's going to be definitely try and take that first fight very in the open, and Waterfalls will capitalise, takes him down, man advantage in the way of Peter, and they are going to get ready to push back into this. Be sight through the calls, but Insta holding down. He only hits a couple of tags off, no kill. That's quite a shame for him, considering a refrag was looking very possible there, but Peter, they're going to back off. Hit this outside area again, and this time a little bit more deep outside as they push towards the garage. Bomb going to be retrieved as well from Arch. He takes it back into ramp and, or sorry, lobby, and seems like they may be splitting into the A site if they get this control over towards heaven, which seems like they want to try and exploit. They can split back into this A site here. Okay, he's finally going to go down. A little bit dangerous there for a second, but Peter finally going to make the split. Coming out through Hut is going to be Jimka trying to get these entries. There's only 2 CTs left, and they're both outside already. So Jay and Insta trying to come back in with some damage. Jay does get himself 1 for his troubles, but it is only going to be a 3v2, and Peter, they should be able to close this one out as well. No weapons have been retrieved on the side of Singularity, so it's going to be difficult. But regardless, they're going to be ready and waiting. UB comes in from the heavens. That's one to find to his name as well. He's dropping back down, but Jay does get the quick refrag. It's going to be a 1v2 here. Peter, they have full control. Jay, he's not going to find anything, although it was a very costly round considering Singularity only invested in pistols that round. It's going to be 2-0 regardless, and the eco coming out now. I'm not a fan of nuke, but observing and casting it really makes me hate it, you know? I'm finding this interesting. So if the observing's a little bit off, I do apologise. I am trying my best. I prefer not to have it all directed some of the time. But Peter, fast push to the A site. Jimka knows they're armorless. He's going to be taking advantage. Easy spray downs coming out from him. Bit of aggression towards the CT spawn will get punished. So Jay taking down face crack. That's a weapon to their name. If it's allowed, and UP will not. Carnese. Last one here over in CT, just into hell area. But Jimka, he's coming with his third of the round. That's going to be a complete mop. And not only that, but that's going to be $1,800 in the bank as well. 600 per kill with that MP7, much as all SMGs blocked from the P92. So that is definitely a positive. He's up to 6k at this point. The buy coming out, he's staying on the MP7. Why not? You got the money. Take the risk. The Singularity, they're up on this AWP on Carnese. Rest them on the M4s. Fair bit of utility to work with. Nothing too detrimental here for Peter though. And setting up towards the outside, already making their way towards this secret area. It's going to be UB and face crack leading this one off, but with no knowledge of Singularity. Apart from that headshot, that's going to give them a little bit of knowledge. Instant now knows where they are. Face crack's going to get spotted out with his teammate pushing down into the B lower halls, and Singularity, they may have to rotate this one, expecting the ramp split coming out from this T side. Jay is going to be in position to hold this one down, waiting for the angle, but Jimka's already smoked off, and he's just going to be holding on. That's his role here. He has an SMG, he's not going to be playing any entry roles against AKs, M4s and AWPs, sorry, so he's just going to be holding off. If these CTs are going to get aggressive on the rotation, he's going to be able to catch them out here, and he's going to be catching out. He's going to catch out Carnese. 5v3 in play, and Peter, very good way to start this first buy round, but the time is ticking away from their hands, slowly but surely. Lovely angle there. Face crack boosts over. Septon will be found, and now 2 players remain. They do have the AWP, which is going to be a huge maker in the hands of this CT side player, Jay, but he's going to have to swap these players pushing out of the secret stairs there. Gade at least gets 1 for his troubles in the meantime, but now they know they're both A, so they're going to have that information to play with. Hitting back towards the B site is hopefully going to be what we're going to be seeing from Peter, as they have the full whereabouts of this information. But FaceCrack catching another one on the rotation. Jay spots him out. How do you miss that shot? So close. Pulls his M4 back towards the site to take this close range fight, but in the meantime, Peter, with just 12 seconds left, get this bomb down. It is going to be hopefully the round. I say hopefully as in, I mean, I hope Peter don't throw this one away for their own sake, but Jay is going to be alone here. I don't see a clutch coming in anytime soon, especially with no utility or kit to work with. He hasn't even got the AWP on the save, which is a real deficit, only getting away with this M4, but they're already chasing this one down, and Waterfalls is going to be the last to finish it out. That will be Peter to find their 4th round on the board as well. Singularity having troubles in this first map. 4.0 is definitely a nice way to start it. Singularity only on these pistols now, meaning they've probably not got a huge amount up their sleeve in terms of picking up this round. They have a nade stack outside, which is positive, but there's just definitely teams really in position to get receiving damage. Only 2 of them, but they don't even go down. UB and face crack both get tagged up down to 10 HP, but they get away. I mean, even if Singularity got those kills, whatever really, they have a bunch of armorless pistol players. The rifles aren't going to be retrieved because of the silo split from Peter, and yeah, there we go, clean up. So 5-0, now the buy. This is the important round again. If Singularity lose out on this buy round, it's going to all be over pretty much, because his T side will be up to at least 7-0 without too much of a deficit there. So Peter going to be set in the running to win this round, especially after that first pick, as Arch opens it up towards outside, and Singularity having really no control here. They're already smoked off. Peter going to be able to split out down into Secret once again, although the only issue is Insta. He's pushed all the way up. I think Waterfall just spotted him. No, he didn't. He takes a shot. And he checks up towards Silo, but Archer's there. Trade regardless from Carnice over towards that CT spawn, and now 3v3 as Peter... They still haven't committed to an area yet. They don't really know what site they're committing to. Jimka's still over in this lobby area. He's yet to go down this whole map, I think. Or only once, only on the pistol. Kept onto this weapon, and Carnice, he's going to be trying to find himself a pick outside, but Ubeek, he's going to be the one pushed up. That's not something you can expect. Ubeek finds a kill. 2 players remaining, Zepton and Jay. And yeah, an ace split is looking more and more likely by the second, and you can see Jay, I think he's aware of this. He's pushing up towards the secret stairs there. If he can spot out Facecrack, this could be huge, but Facecrack's holding the angle. Or timing, he sees the head, takes the fight, but Jay, he drops the bomb. That's huge. Jimka only has an MP7 as well. 40 seconds left on the clock, and Ubeek, he's not got really himself in the best position to do this one. He's going to finally rotate back on through, but Jay, he's not even committing to holding the bomb. He just knows he wants to deny his part now as the time gets lower and lower by the second. Jimka takes control of A. They do have this control over towards Heaven. That's Zepton. He hasn't spotted him out. He will make that first step. Zepton taking that kill as well. And now Jay over in the vents. He's going to pop himself a flash out. Ubeek grabs the bomb, but there's 2 players to deal with, and he doesn't have time to hit towards B. He has to go away. 15 seconds left. Peter, they just wasted far too much time here in Ubeek. There's just simply nothing he can do. The save is going to have to come through. It will be the round picked up by Singularity. And, I mean, Peter, they had all the picks. They had everything to play with, and they kind of just threw it away by playing too slow and expecting Singularity to pull something spicy out of the mix. But Singularity, they kept their composure, they played it safe, and it turned into a round for them. But obviously this isn't smooth running the whole way out. If Elements pick up this next round, it's going to be the reset back onto the economy of SMG, so they're going to be back down to $1,400 loss bonus, which means Elements are going to have a huge amount of money to play with. Easy stuff for them if they can do so, but regardless, a buy is going to be out here again for the Peter side. They are setting up just outside of A as per usual here. No outside control, actually, it's a bit of a switch, but you can already see Singularity expected A push. They have 3 players in position to hold this one down. Facecrack jumping on right through. He hasn't checked the top of hut, and they're just going to fully commit to this game. He does manage to land himself 1 kill, but he needs to net a bit more than that. Insta will do the damage instead. The Waterfall just dropped as well by Gade. Good stuff so far, and Jimko and Arch, they're going to be the last 2 split in through main, but that's already smoked off, so that's not really too much of an issue here for the CT side. Jimko unable to find himself a pick as Gade gets aggressive once again. It's all going to be on Arch. He has so many players to find and so little possibility of him doing so, with only a flashbang to his name alongside his AK. If he flashes, he gives away his position, so now they know where he is, and they will just converge on his position. Zepton takes a kill, and SNG 2 rounds on the board. They don't get reset, but Elements are still able to buy. But into the 8th round now. This is going to be the last buy from Peter, unless they win this round, of course. So that's going to be something at least pushing down the pressure on them. Only money is left on Ubeek and Jimka. And a bit of a fast outside control round as well from Facecrack as the rest of the players head over towards ramp. It's a bit of a fake. They've set up the smokes, given the idea to Singularity that there's far more outside control than there is. Meanwhile, they're heading towards ramp. Jay, though, he's in position. He nets himself 1. Goes for him for more. He's going to be able to land it. Jimka goes down. 3 as well. That's a pistol pulled out. And Waterfalls. He's almost going to go down, but he at least retrieves 1 with the AWP. Although Dinks in the process does get the tag off onto Insta. Pistol out as well, but Insta takes a kill. Facecrack going to be alone here over towards B. And this round, once again, looking like it's going the way of Singularity here as Facecrack, he rotates back up towards this ramp area. They may expect this one, and even if they don't, they've got 3 players, so the trade is going to be paramount here. They're not going to have an issue. Look at the crossfire, though. We've got Carnice holding the angle. We've got Insta holding the angle. He can't do anything here. If he kills one of them, the other one is instantly going to be right back on and trade. Oh, God. Was not expecting him to do anything. That's a horrible angle to play from. Singularity, regardless, going to pick up that round. And the pause going to be called out. TeamSpeak apparently crashed, so they're going to be on a technical pause now. And Peter, I mean, they're going to force it up, which I kind of understand, having all the money. But 3 players won't be on... Oh, I don't know. They should get... No, they should get 3 rifles out of this one. But no, 4 rifles, I mean, yeah. They got more than I expect. 4 rifles. The loss bonus kind of built itself up now with 3. So, yeah, they're going to have a buy here. That's going to be a decent one. But the pause is going to be called off. Not too long here. There we go. Confirm for unpause from Elements or Peter. I'm going to keep doing that. For those who are wondering, obviously you have the overlay saying Peter at the top. For me, it says Elements because I'm in the game client. So you're seeing a very different thing to what I see. That's why I keep calling them Elements. But pause is back on. Singularity obviously just having a few technical issues. Hopefully nothing too stringent. At least we can get back into this game. And yeah, I mean we've had 2 games, 2 pauses so far. VWS lost the player, and now Singularity have lost the TeamSpeak. So, yep, they are ready. We are going to be unpausing. We're going back into the game. I mean, in that time, Peter, they could have used those few seconds to kind of work out a strategy, work out an idea of what they want to do in this round without having to call out their own pause. So maybe they have a little bit of potential to pull something interesting out the hat here. They already have 5 rounds, which is pretty much their T-side done. And we're only 9 rounds in anyway, or 8 rounds, I guess, onto the 9th. So, yeah, they had a good chance to decipher some kind of strategy into this round. They've only got 1 pistol and 4 rifles. They are in the running to pick this one up. So, smoke set up outside. Again, bit more of a push. We have 3 players leading this one. No silo control, but it's not going to be an issue. They can just cross it. There's no way SMG can really stop them from this position. They can just make their way down into the secret. And they will get away with it as well. Facecrack going to be the first to lead. And this is good, obviously, because if he goes down, it's not that much of a loss because he only has a pistol, but the rest of them are on these AKs here. They don't want to go down. But he is going to be followed up by his teammates. And just for those wondering as well, Jimka and Archer are still over towards this A-site lobby and the silo. Archer's position, he's going to hold rotations. If Singularity rotate back through outside and into secret, he's got that kill. Jimka, he's going to either split in late through vents in the round or catch aggressive rotations from really anywhere on the map. This is a really nice round so far from Peter. And the bomb, no, it's not down on the site, but they almost have control towards B, although Singularity, if you look at them, they've really got no control towards B, so this should be a free bomb plant unless they hurry up and reposition, but obviously they don't have any information on the whereabouts. They're not going to do that. Archer's rotating back into lobby, and yeah, they are going to come out through ramp here, it seems. Oh, but the aggression, Jay catches out 1 insta to follow. That's Singularity actually getting himself 2 quick picks, and now Peter getting this bomb back down on the site over towards B. It's 3v5, not an easy position to hold off from, but either way, Singularity, they are on the retake. That's going to be harder than holding on the site, even though they have got the man advantage. Now pushing right back in. Gabe, he's going to be able to turn around, catch out Facecrack. Waterfalls and Ubeak, last 2 alive. They do have the weapons of the team, though, so that's going to be 1 positive at least to work with. Waterfalls just holding on to the Sangle. They need to play a little bit aggressively here to get themselves a couple of picks, but Carney's going to flash out Waterfalls. Molly as well, securing his death. It's all on Ubeak. He's got so many players to hold from. Turns around, takes down Gabe, but there's still Insta coming in from the stairs. He takes him out as well. The defuse is being stuck. He sprays him through, but 3 players are in position. Jay will clean up, and Singularity 4 rounds on the board now. That's 4 in a row as well. And Peter, they are having their struggles getting back into this map, but at least this time the bomb plant going to wield them a little bit more money to play with. They do have 4k, and of course they are Russian, so they will be forcing up without any detriment or deterrent. That's the wrong kind of word, but Mac 10 up on Facecrack. This is usually the economy wielding gun. You want to play it against the ecos, pull out a lot of money from that, but obviously when you don't have enough for the full rifles, it makes sense to pull it out. It's a nice running gun style weapon, and you can't say it's bad by any means in this position. Alright, Facecrack. Pixel perfect. Just trying to get every single window broken there. He lives in London or something now, just smashing windows left and right. But Peter smokes out on the A site. It is going to be a full take. I can't see this being a fake at this point, especially with so many players outside of the site as well. But they do have a bit of a control outside of the site, but that's just a split into main or heaven. Zepton, though, first kill coming his way. Waterfalls has to push out to try and trade, and he will go down straight away. Gade takes him, and now 3 players are going to remain here for the Peter side. Jimka follows up with 1, but again, a quick trade back on 4th. And now Ubeak, he has to wait because Archer's going to be rotating back in through the heaven. So if Ubeak just waits a few more seconds, allow Arch to get this pick, distract the CTs, and then we can see Ubeak trade back in. But no, Arch, he goes straight down, doesn't wield himself anything. And Ubeak, he's alone in a 1v4. But yeah, I mean, this match isn't really... It isn't showing us a clear winner just yet. We are so early on, it's hard to tell, although we're 10 rounds in. Peter have 5 rounds on the T side, and for those who aren't aware of Nuke, it's still very CT sided. It doesn't matter. You could go in with a 10 to 5. No, it wouldn't be preferable, but you can go in with a 10 to 5 and you can easily pull in a comeback if you play things right on that CT half. It's not that difficult. So despite Peter only having 5 rounds, and if that may continue, I'm not seeing anything too scary for them. They could lose the rest of the half without another round and still be okay going into that second half, assuming they picked the pistol. So no one get too scared just yet. There's Elements, or Peter, they're going to be fast pushing outside. They've gone towards this under area, and they're going to be going down the lower B halls into towards the site. Septon's already rotated, so he can deny a bomb plant, allow his teammates to rotate back in. He knows they're in position. Bomb going to come up with his sprays. He misses his shots as well. Zepton, there we go. That's 2. Bomb's going to be still on the site. He turns back around. Ubique expected angle, and Zepton lines it up and shuts him down as well. Arch is the last to be found, and he comes in through back of the halls. Does take down a weapon for his pleasure. Gets himself an M4 and just fully saves on this. He's not even going to commit to trying to hold on to this bomb plant, because Singularity, they've got 4 players on the site to deal with. So that is going to be their round. A 6 to 5 now. Element again, a bomb plant combined with a loss bonus is going to amount to a bit of a buy here. They have the rifles, but still, they're having the rifles. They're getting the bombs down. They're getting these kills, but they're not getting the rounds, and that's what's so important here. They need to start picking them up here. As I said a second ago, you know, they can lead off with 5, fine, but why go for 5 when you could have 7? Why go for 5 when you could have 8? They could contest this up to 9 if they want, but either way, now that Singularity have started to push their economy back together, it seems to be going very well in their favour again. So yeah, and for those wondering why Peter are up 5-0, some of you are talking in chat, you know, you win the pistol, then you win the 2 anti-ecos fairly easily. 1 buy round comes in. If you win that, you get gifted another round. So technically, they only won 2 difficult rounds. The pistol and the buy. These, that, and that were all ecos. And then we went into the buy for Singularity, and they've just won every single time. This buy here is going to be weak. This buy is going to be weak because they invested. They forced up in the second round, meaning their utility is low for this round. So now the loss bonus, putting them up to a lot of money, combined with the eco here, means that they were able to buy up fully. They were able to start winning these rounds, and keeping all these players alive, you can see, means that they don't have to constantly rebuy weapons, which means their economy is going to be looking very, very good. This is so important for Singularity here. And again, they found the man advantage early on into this round. We do see Peter splitting down towards ramp and finally going to be equalised, but with 30 seconds remaining and them not hitting a site, this is going to be very, very difficult here for Peter. They need to hurry the hell up. What are they doing? It's almost like they don't even realise at this point. They are hitting B now. This is just, I guess, the best decision to make. Nice Molotov Jimka. A little bit off the mark. It's going to rebound off that fence. Another attempt. There we go. Second time lucky. Arch will hit it. Elements or Peter, they're going to get this bomb down over towards the site very shortly, I hope. Waterfall's going to be making its way towards the back of that silo. Bomb going down now, and Singularity on for the retake, but Facecrack, he's denying the first 2. That's massive. And now Gade and Carnice, they are going to be left last 2 alive. I imagine a save, despite having a lot of money in the reserves. The 2v4 post plant on Nuke is not going to be a very easy position to fight back from. So yeah, they are going to be committing to a save here. Maybe some exits here as Carnice is in position to have control towards ramp if Peter do save towards that angle. But at the end of the day, it will be finally around for Peter on the board again, 6 to 6. Just a heads up to the caster, it's Ange, as in A-N-J, not J. Ah. A-N-J, okay, so Ange, yeah. So I pronounce it A-N-J, I guess. Is that what you're implying? Yeah, I haven't casted a lot of these players. I've casted obviously Peter, but not Singularity before, so some of these players are need to be. I'm bad with pronunciation. But A-N-J, that makes a lot more sense considering, yeah, makes sense. But 6 to 6 now. Potential for a reset for Singularity if they pick up this round. Elements are going to be on their own eco here as we go into the $1,400 loss bonus entry. Or not eco, but last buy, I guess. It's a very important one for Singularity. If they can pick this up, they will be in the driving seat for a lot of this map. And Carnice, he's going to be kicking it off well. Does take down Waterfalls. Ubique trades over towards that ramp area. Now they have the entries. They have the control as well. Carnice rotating back in, but there's Jimka over towards that CT area. It's so close here. Carnice not quite knowing this one. Jimka's just holding the angle. This is just so bad. This is such bad timing here. Jimka finally going to peek in, but Carney, surely he's got to know that. The flash has blinded him. He's going to peek back in, drops a bomb as well. Jimka ready to trade. He will do so. That's Carney's to fall. And now 2v3 in players. Elements Peter, they do grab control back of the bomb, but fighting from a man deficit here. Going back down towards B, there's Zepton very close, and this position is great because no one ever checks this. Even if he's only holding one angle, the chances of any Peter players clearing this close position is very low, especially combined with the bait over events from Insta. But Zepton is going to be holding that angle. Jimka spots out that first. Zepton gets ready to peek, but nothing's going to be provided for him. Jimka backs off, and that information is going to be relayed as well to that CT side. They know exactly where he's going, so he's moving back towards that A site. Facecrack's already found himself deep in it, but Gade, here comes the free kill gifted to him. Wrapped in a box. Wait, whoa, Facecrack. I take that back. Gets the headshot back into a 2-on-2. He clears out the hut, which is very key. I didn't expect him to even clear out that position. You wouldn't usually do so, but maybe because the A site was so clear, he thought maybe something cheeky's going on here, and it was. So Singularity coming back in for this retake here. Jimmy gets aggressive, but the Flash going to take his head off there as Zepton finds the entry. It's all on Facecrack now. AK in his hand. Two players pushing towards him. He has an elevated position. They don't exactly know where he is, and they're going to run right by him. He's just playing the tiny. No need to peek, but he takes a fight regardless. And Facecrack lining them up and knocking them down. 2 kills to him. Peter will pick up a 7th round on the board and a 7-6. This is a very dominant half here for this T side. Now, Singularity, again, they had this whole streak of 6 rounds in a row, so they're still able to buy up into this one, but it will be their last attempt. Carnice on that AWP, and ironically enough, he's the one with the most spare money as well, but this is going to be their last attempt unless they win this round here, and it's very important they pick it up as well, considering it's the second last round. Already an equal trade has been established out into the outside area, but Carnice going to push the man advantage back in his favour, dropping down. I like that. Playing it safe, repositioning. I won't be expecting this angle now. They're still focused towards that upper area, but as I say, that arch, he's holding with the AWP. This could be key. Carnice, if you jump into this one, my man, you are not going to be looking pretty with no head, and you beak regardless. We'll take the kill, so it's back into a 3-on-3. And Insta, he's going to get himself one. It's just trades back and forth. I mean, Arch, he drops Zepton. Insta trades things back out. A&J, he's holding aggressively in main, but there's going to be nothing here. Or not main lobby, but there's going to be nothing here. Elements are rotating their player back towards the outside. So Insta, again, aggressive position as Gade did in the previous round. But right now, it's looking like Peter want to split down towards this B side, unless they come in through main, in which case Insta is going to be very, very important. But no, it's B. They go down towards this lower area. Singularity playing this one right. If they go for one player on B, it's a good chance they could get caught up in a rush and be in a 1v2 retake, which isn't good. Better to play the 2v2 retake and play a lot safer here, but very exposed angle for Insta here. Regardless, at least we have A&J holding it. But at the end of the day, Bombheart's going to be going down. 15 seconds left. Ubeak is going to be holding on as Archie commits to that part. 10 seconds was still on the clock. So they got it down, and the retake is going to be on here. A&J coming in from ramp. We have Insta from the A side as well, coming in through vents. Peter, they're just holding fast. No need to peek, no need to take any fights. They've got loads of utility left. Second last of the half, and they can afford to go down as well if it means winning the round. So Arch going to be caught out in open, but he still only gets one for his troubles. A&G trading things out. He's going to be running towards the site as well. Bomb goes on the stick, and he's going to get it as well. The Molotov working out massively for him. He's going to be able to commit to that defuse. And that will be it. Singularity actually take a 7th round on the board. Yep, there's just enough time. So that's going to be it. Very, very close. Last round of the half coming in now. And Peter, obviously they have this money to play with, but Singularity is very important. If they lost out on that round, they would have been eco for the final one of the half, which would have meant Peter would have had all the chance to pick up some kind of 9-6 scoreline. But luckily for Singularity, it isn't going to be the case. I'm not sure what they play out here, but they're going very heavy towards B. Maybe they're going to play some stairs control. That's looking very likely here. We have Insta and A&J pushing towards the stairs. Already down into the deep lower halls. Insta's playing this far back position as well. So yeah, they are just holding on to this one. Nice setup from Singularity, considering Elements have been hitting B quite a lot. And it seems like this round may be a bit of a repeat. Facecrack's already into that secret, and he's going to be pushing it down, going in very deep here, but either way, CTs are going to be bringing the fight to them. Insta and A&J pushing things up. Insta the first frag. Facecrack trade not going to be found as Facecrack, he gets himself 2 with the Galil. That's a man advantage double down there for the Peter side, and that's definitely what you want to pull into the last half on this T side. Ubeak going to follow up as well. Zepton and Carnese are going to be the last two alive. Carnese is on B, and he doesn't even realise that they're hitting the A side. Zepton takes time and almost two, but face crack. That's his third of the round. Another headshot to go to his name, and now it will just be on Carnese. Has to rotate back in through. Obviously no chance to save, but probably no chance to win the round as well. Oh, this could be a good angle from Carney. So Facecrack's not holding it. He's peeking towards heaven. Although he will go out for the fight. Carney lands that first shot off. It's going to be Facecrack to fall. And now the flash comes in. He has to back off. That's just going to delay him even more here with only a few more seconds left on the clock. There's just nothing he can do here. Another flash. He's just getting bombarded now. And Jimka will finally clean it up there. It's going to be 8-7 there for 8-7 for Kappa, because it's Knife School Kappa. Why did I read that? 8-7 for Peter. And second half coming in. I mean, Peter with a huge advantage here, especially considering they're now switching to the favoured half with more rounds. Not what you would expect to see. But let's see how the second half goes. It's going to be so dependent on the pistol round here. If Singularity can take this pistol, it's definitely not over for them. They can easily bring this one back. So they just play a very aim-heavy style that does really require a lot of smoke takes outside. As that seems to be very OP in the current meta. And yeah, they could definitely do something. A site's still a bit of a hit and miss. It's kind of a late round play. You go onto A. You never really rush it at the beginning of the round because it doesn't seem to get too much success. But ramp is also a place to hit. Into though, nade out, smoke to follow. That's interesting. That's going down towards close. And oh no, we got the smoke glitch, boys. We're gonna have to sit in the smoke for the next 15 seconds. This is stupid. Look, I can't leave. Right, let's do some radio casting. Singularity. Out on this site, Zepton's going to be dropping in through the vents, or one player is definitely, I'm not sure who, Insta as well. Entry coming out, but look at this position from Ubeak. He's back towards the lower area. He's going to be holding on, and these players are going to push right into his grasp as well, so this is going to be a great position to be in. He's going to be ready to peek out. No one's taking the fight just yet. Waterfall's instead doing the damage. Bomb going to make its way, but Ubeak, oh, that's massive. 2 headshots coming in. Carnesis alone, and with no armor and 3 CTs to deal with, it's falling apart from Singularity here. They're going to be at such a deficit, and Ubeak is right and ready to take his third headshot of the round. That was so clever from Ubeak into pushing down into that toxic area. They were not expecting it, and very, very good stuff. But yeah, for those wondering, as I can see talking about in chat, Elements, otherwise known as Peter now, they just got picked up. That's why their tag is still EPG, because they're Elements something gaming, and Peter is of course their new org, but they just need to change all their branding and stuff. I mean, it got announced about 10 minutes before the game, so I'm not sure when they got picked up, but either way, we are going to see this push go outside from Singularity. With the pistols in their hands. In fact, all the Eagles apart from one Glock and Waterfalls, he's just going to eliminate that first threat. Grade going down, and now advantage almost doubled, but Zepton trades, and it's not going to be picked up. Obviously, the pistol, rifle very, very far away. But in the meantime, Insta, he's got the bomb down the B site, or at least he's attempting to, but Jimka's denying. 2 more players left alive here for the Singularity side. And Jimka, look at this timing. AJ, he's going to be wrapping across around the box. Finally turns back around to spot out Jimka, but going to be chased down, and it will be cleaned up as well. Elements, Peter, whatever you want to call them, the Russian guys, they are up to 10, and they're doing a very good job as well. So Singularity back again on this eco. They can invest Eagles into this one because they have 3k-ish, and then go for the buy in the upcoming round on the T side, which will be a little bit more cheap obviously than the CT side buy. Either way, it'll be interesting to see if Peter bring in these SMGs into the upcoming round. Obviously the UMPs make sense. MP9 is a bit of an issue. Either way, it's yeah, I mean, we saw a picture on that MP7 on the T side for most of the map, so I'm not counting them out for this one. But yeah, as expected, clean up, Singularity. Get himself a couple of kills, or at least one. Bomb going down as well. That's not going to be denied by Elements. Is learning from his mistake, and instead of planting on top of that crate, he goes for lower. So we are going to see the full retake coming as well. He plays it safe, but unable to land anything here. Somewhere on the whiff. He does get himself one kill. Not too sure how. Face crack will fall. He gets cracked in the face, and you beak. Refrag, defuse. Round going to Peter. Hugo, are you global? I don't play a lot of matchmaking, but yes, I am. I haven't had time for CS recently though, so I haven't been playing a whole lot. But the AWP's out for either side now. Into the buy round we go. One SMG kept from the CT side, and that's not too bad as well. Keeping a UMP, definitely a versatile and usable in certain situations as well, but SMG, they're going to be hitting very fast outside control here. Waterfalls is posted up with the AWP, and one kill, got to be feeding his way towards him as Cade just walks right into it. Waterfalls backing up to a better position to get himself a second, and he's going to go for it, misses a shot. Has to back off even further, going in for more. That's a second bomb dropped as well. He's retreating back towards his teammates, but actually no, back on the site here, very, very close up and personal, and they are going to be walking right into it. Door open, but then closed. It's all a fake, and Waterfalls re-smoking that door, not allowing them to commit to the site just yet. They have to go in through the window or the vents here, or even the back walls, but in the meantime, Zepton, he gets himself another refrag. It's back, going to be back down to a 3-on-3 here. It's Peter. They just hold on to the site, wait for SNG to strike. And that being said, they will be rotating back towards this A site. Carney's joining them very late as well. And it's looking like a bit of an A play. An A play indeed. Waterfalls is coined on though. He's going to be rotating back in through B. All these CTs are going to be ready for this one. And while Singularity will be boosting up into this heaven position, which is so important as well, the time is so low, and if Arch gets himself this first kill, it could be perfect. He lines up the first, gets some damage off, no kill yet. He's going to be able to split himself in through the heavens there in the bomb. It's yet to go down. These CTs are going to have to play for the retake though, because surely a bomb will be planted in this position. Waterfall's trying to rotate back up, the Molotov forcing him out, but he still has to take the fight. He's just burning alive, and Zepton will kill him. Jimka leaving him alone now as he rotates back in. But maybe even a save will be on the cards here as money isn't too high. At least he gets himself one. Now it's definitely on with a 1v2. These CTs just backing off and playing this one a lot safer. Jimka's going to be pushing into the site. Kit in his hand as well to work with, but he's going to be very exposed when he gets out into the open. Takes out ANJ, still coming out. Oh, what a shot from Jimka! Wallbang! And that will be another round for Peter to pick up. I'm not too sure how they give themselves away to that one, but it will be the round regardless. 12-7 going to be secured. And that is just upsetting. Jesus. Great stuff there from Peter. And Singularity, they are going to be left now on their last attempt at a buy here before an eco comes in. They've got a scout, they've got these AKs as well. And I'm just a little bit tilted off that previous round. We are going to see Peter right and ready to take this fight into this one. They've got the rifles to play with, the AWP going to be out for the waterfalls as well. So a bit of a spray onto the outside. We see these T's pushing back down into the B site. Very, very fast as well. And Elements or Peter, they've not got themselves in position just yet. There's one player to deal with, and he's going to at least be on the site. But you can already see Archer smoked out or flashed out over in the vents. It's all on Jimka towards that toxic area, and he's got so many players to push back in. Oh, Zepton. Nice headshot though. He's going to get the entry. ANJ follows up as well, and now a 3v5 going to be in play as Peter. They rotate back on in, but I don't think this one's going to really be coming into fruition with for them this time. As Singularity, they have all the nades to work with. Flashes to hold them off for an eternity. Peter, they are going to be given away with this one. Finally, a round going to be secured by the T's on this half. But can they continue it? Bomb ticks away. They should get away with these guns as well. As we can see, Peter aren't even committing to a bit of a fight here. They're fully saving. Triple setup towards CT. Singularity just moving out towards this outside area. All together, here is a unit, so if any of them do go down, it's going to be an instant trade. And a 12-8 on the scoreboard as Singularity finally come back into this matchup. Either way, they're keeping onto the scout here for this T side. The rest of them on these rifles. And again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're hitting the outside area again. But look at how many CTs are in position for this one. Ubeak, this is such a perfect angle here. They're not going to be aware of his position just yet. And he's just waiting for the right time to strike. Goes in for the peak now. And he should be able to catch out at least one player. Zepton, that being that player, goes down straight away. But at least Carney gets himself one with the scout. So it will be a 3v3 or 4v3, sorry. As Facecrack comes back in with another kill. But meanwhile, Singularity, they're hitting B, and Jimka, well, he's not committing to the side just yet. He may be able to take the bomb bomb, and AJ getting that down with the Molotovs, forcing him out of position. Now we have to play for the retake on the side of Peter. Singularity, they've utilised their utility well. And the headshot coming as well from Insta for securing himself one nice double peak, but it only nets himself 2 frags as 2 more go back in the way of this CT side. It's all going to be on A&J coming back in. The Molotov goes out on the site. They don't exactly know where he is now, and he's going to be in a prime position as well to take these players out. What's up the first? Arch does fall, and now he has a Molotov for the bomb as well, expelling that. But no, he mollies himself, A&J. This is not supposed to happen. The Danish superstar not able to get anything. He runs back out onto the site, fully white. Oh, no, he flashes himself. He hates nades. He must hate nades, because that Molotov, not only did it force him out of the vents, but also the flashes denied him from getting that kill. If he didn't flash that position, that would have been his round. Obviously, he's not to know, but that is just so upsetting for Singularity. Elements, they're going to pick up the reset as well. So despite the bomb going down, the money going to be weakened a little bit by Singularity. So now going to be back down to the rifles here. We have an AWP on Carnice and the rest of them on AKs, but look at the utility. It's very, very limited. And at least Insta will be getting 1 kill at the start of the round to kick things off for Singularity. I'm a little bit tilted from that previous round. That was quite disgusting. Unfortunate for A&J, and great. Okay, you're not going to notice the head there on that player. Very up close. Waterfalls. He's going to go down outside in the meantime from Insta. And now the push coming straight on through. But Jimka, he's holding the angle. He gets himself one onto Gade. And that will be a 4-on-3 on players. Elements, they back off back down towards this B site here. Jimka's going to be alone in this position though. Singularity not committed just yet. They've still got this outside control, so an A split is always potential coming in either through main or heaven can be Insta. And Jinka's just playing for the information here as he holds onto that angle down towards this B ramp. Singularity, they're ready and waiting, making their way up. There's only 3 players left on their lines here, and he's going to go out to watch. He's now going to be reduced to 2. As he goes down, Ubeak comes back in through the heaven, but he's going to have to fight off 4 players. Jimka's so far detached from his position, I feel like a save is going to be in order, and Ubeak, he's already running for the hills here, backing off towards that spawn, but oh no, there's a chase. Insta, he's close outside the box, but regardless, Peter are going to be giving away this round, so it's not going to be Singularity. It's not going to be Peter to retake it. Singularity will get another on the board, and Insta still chasing, but nothing's going to present itself to him. Ooh. Oh, what a headshot! That was nuts. Tapping away. Zepson, good stuff. Terrorists win. So another round on the board for Singularity, 9-13. The dream is still alive for the Danish Stars, but Elements or Peter are going to be forcing up into this one with a saved rifle on Jimka. They've got the pistols out as well. Bit of armour to play with. Nothing too scary regardless, but still, Singularity are definitely going to be in the runnings to pick up this round, especially with a bit of a fast outside control play here as they push all the way down. Waterfalls is very close. He gets tagged down through the smoke. They hear the tag and they take him down as well. Gade getting that entry. Carnice following up as well. Was that through the smoke, or he must have been on top of the box to catch our face crack there? But at least the rifle is saved for the Peter side. And oh no, I'm a little bit scared, guys, because now Singularity are going to push in towards B. Jimko, yes, he is alone, but he has an AK in this, and they are not going to be clearing his position unless they molly it. Oh, good, they're going to be aware. They throw in the nades. They've fooled me once, shame on you. They're going to be aware. Jimka gets himself one, but that will be it here. Gade takes him straight down an arch. He's alone. He's ever so scared. He's possibly naked. And Singularity, they are going to be taking another round on the board to finally reach himself up to double digits. But regardless, maybe an exit provided by Archer's Carnices with the AWP ready to walk into this angle, so could be a free kill here, or two. Oh, and Jake walking in goes down, but Carnice trades. Singularity, that's a 10th round on the board there. Elements again on this eco after forcing up in the previous round, not being too successful. They're not going to really have anything into this one, so it is just going to be pistols across the board. Only 3 investments. Down to 2k they go. A bit too much spent on Arch there, but maybe he can get something worth it. The issue is, with the CZ, it's only a $100 kill reward, meaning that it's not really worth investing on unless you're going to ace the round. Ooh. The thing is, there's not too much. I mean, you can't really expect too much from Elements in this round, can you? They've only got a couple of USPs. They've only got a couple of pistols really invested. Singularity, they're definitely well equipped for this play, especially out towards ramp. Tunker's going to find himself one. Sorry, a bit of a follow-up as well, but Arch just goes straight down here. Control towards CT from Waterfall is going to be relinquished as he has to back off. And S&G down towards B, we're seeing some very likely potential here. Cade follows up onto Waterfalls and Ubik. He could deny 1 kill if they go for a plant and he gets himself a free one, but I mean, Singularity have already hit A here, so it's not going to be an issue for them at all. He shouldn't be able to get himself anything.
Bomb has been planted.
Yeah. But, at the end of the day, it's going to be the round going to these Danes. 11 on the board here. And there's not really a lot to say. That's the thing. There's not a lot of interesting points, really. I've kind of utilised everything here. Yeah, and for those wondering, Peter has signed Elements now, so that's why they're called Peter, even though they're in the server. So I'm switching back and forth because I'm confused. Scary thing is, obviously, right now, if Peter don't start to kick it into overdrive and pick up this round, it is going to look like a very likely comeback in terms of being 13-13 for Singularity, and that's exactly what Peter do not want to happen. They need to pick up this rifle round, and with their money quite low after this force, it's going to mean that they don't really have a lot of utility, neither an AWP on their side, which makes just things so much harder. We have the AWP on Carnice as well. They are going to be right and ready for this one. Pushing out towards ramp again. It's going to be Jimka to hold things off. No support there from the CT spawn either. So he is going to be complete bare bones on this one. A couple of bits of use are going to be expelled out towards the site. And he plays it safe. He just backs off. He forces them to either hit towards A or wait for this smoke to dissipate here, because they're not going to push through it because they don't know where he is. And he's just going to be holding right down, waiting for the angle. Nothing going to walk into it. Oh, A&J, that's a nice start. Headshot comes in, that's a man advantage now for Singularity, and although the time's ticking a little bit away, that pick is definitely going to be worth the investment spent into it. And Waterfalls as well, following up on the outside. That's the flank dropped out, so Singularity were trying to split in towards this A site, but it seems now they're going to be hitting B after they lost their rotation through the outside. So going back down towards his site, we have Ubik down this back angle, just trying to hide his head. I'm not sure if this even works, actually. No, it doesn't. Mate, wishful thinking there. The face crack, he's going to be lined up towards the door. He gets himself one as well. Ubik, oh, spraying through. Almost denies it, but not going to be able to get away with it. At least 14 bullets left, but they know where he is now. CT's, oh my god, the pre-fire from face crack. That's nuts. Insta goes down, and Carnice, he's just going to fall as well. Peter will finally pick up a round. That's a 14th on the board, and despite a pretty shaky start from them in losing the first player so early on, it will be their round at the end of the day. Okay, so Singularity still got a fair amount of money here. They have obviously got to buy up their sleeves again, so fast outside play for a potential reset back in their favour, and that could be important, putting Peter back down to the loss bonus. It's not going to favour them really to close out this half, but assuming Peter get these first picks, it's going to go very well. Waterfalls is peeking up for more. That's a worthy trade, a 2-for-1 in fact, and DCP's maybe a bit too aggressive for your boots there, Face Crack. He goes down, now into a 3-on-3. Bit of an unnecessary push out from Face Crack may cost Peter the round here. Singularity have control of B. Haven't capitalised on it just yet. Bomb's not down. They still have a player towards the outside area just to wait for a bit of a rotation. Arch is still in the A side as well. So if he does rotate in through the secret, stairs, Carnice, if he's still in position, he could catch him out on the rotation. But you can see Jimka's pushed up. He's getting all this information. Now Arch is likely going to rotate because he can go. Jim can go. Okay, guys. Well, it's not going to be A. Unless they come in through main. So Arch can go, alright, likely going to split B. The only issue is obviously they could be pushing in through heaven here because Jimka is pushed up. So Arch may not rotate for that exact reason and just leave the rotation on the shoulders of Jimka. Ubik as well. He has to hold on to B solo. Just 316 on the site. Singularity, they're yet to commit to this. But with 30 seconds left, they haven't really got much choice. Unless they want to hurry up and rotate. Carnice is pushing up towards that hell area, but he's not committed to A yet. It is going to be this B-Tech, right? You'd like to assume the bomb's going to be on the site anyway, and Ubik, great angle for this one. They're not going to expect it. Bomb going to go down. He can't go for the shot. He does get traded out instantly, though, from Carnice, and now back into a 1-on-2, but with 10 seconds left, he is going to have to give away the round. It does go to Peter, and he's going to get taken down on the exit as well. Arch disallowing that AWP from saving, and a 15th round secured as well, so close to a win. But Singularity calling out a pause. Definitely a good decision at this point. So, just waiting for this pause to finish off. It's definitely not over yet. Singularity do have a decent buy up into this round. They have the rifles out, which is so important. So, you've got to, take that into account. They are at least not on these pistols for the final round, aside from maybe one pistol. Zepton's not invested, so yeah, there's a gun drop for him there. Bit of a long pause for Singularity here. And again, for those who only just tuning in, or those who weren't watching the previous match where I explained the format, this is going to be a best of one single elimination. Loser of this map will be going out with nothing. So very, very important stuff. And Peter looking like they want to head to at least the next stage in this bracket. Not allowing to be knocked out by Singularity. However, it's definitely not over. Overtime is always on the cards here. Singularity, I hope they have something interesting up their sleeve because they really are taking their time with this one. I don't know what we could really see Singularity pull in. I mean, they've tried outside a lot of times, and the issue is mainly either the retaking is going pretty badly or pretty well for Peter, pretty badly for Singularity in terms of holding, or they just get all their players destroyed by Waterfalls is AWPing down in lower B. So it's not looking great for them. But maybe try something A. They haven't really hit A. Send a player through main, send a player through hut, send a couple outside. If you can get into CT spawn, you can split it through heaven. With the new nuke and the catwalk outside, it's a lot more versatile in things that you can do here. But again, Waterfalls with that AWP, as I mentioned here, he's going to be so dangerous. He's been pretty big this map so far, but obviously his whole team's really been stepping up. No one's been having a bad game by any means. You can see they're all doing fairly well. Archer's is a little bit at the bottom, but it's not bad by any means. Facecrack actually up the top with Ubik as well. And outside control is going to be secured for Singularity, or just secured for a second as Waterfalls denies it. That AWP coming into play, first pick coming out, and Carnice will fall. So Peter man advantage as we see Singularity try and pull it back from a real deficit here, not only in rounds but also in mentality. It's hard to come back from these kind of positions where you're thinking, what the hell can I do? And this spot as well from Jinka not been used, so they're not going to be likely to check it. They will do so. A&J, nice entry there. Gade as well will follow up. That's 2 kills going the way of Singularity. And Peter, they have to rotate back in and get these kills, but meanwhile, Facecrack, he at least catches one as Gade tries to split back into this A site. S&G lose that player. Now they're going forward towards B. So all these players pushing down into the lower area. The bomb will go down in the meantime, and we are going to see Peter on for this retake. But just holding on. S&G is very aggressive. I like this, but you do catch that one. Almost a refrag in, so you can't miss it, and he does. Insta. He's going to fall down. It's all on A&J. He has to clutch out the 1v3. 2 players are very tagged up. He's going to have the element of surprise on the first couple. They're lining up for him. He takes both kills. Facecrack and Ubik to fall. And Arch, he's going to be the last person alive there over towards the catwalk, just trying to get himself back on the site, but with no smoke to go on the bomb. He's just run out of time. He has to run away, and it's going to be the round finally for Singularity. A&J going pretty huge. The 12-round score will be secured. He will go down at the end of the day, but then again, so will Arch. So that is going to be 12 to 15 taken. And it's not over for Singularity, although they did lose a lot of players, meaning their money is a little bit lower here. But that being said, Peter, their money is way worse. But elements obviously are going to go for the Seco here. Don't worry, we want to commit to anything too heavy. They've just got the pistols that are going to be out. Singularity back on this scout here. Rest of them on AKs. Bit of a cleanup as well. So I'd like to think that this really wouldn't be something something thrown away from Singularity. Nobody wants to play it, which is one positive at least. And Arch and Ubik, they are going to be the last 2 alive as we see this cleanup go the way very heavily of Singularity. Ooh, spicy. I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to cast these rounds as well because it's like, you know, what's happening? Nothing really. Just playing these 1v1s every time it's going the way of Singularity. Only 14 damage has been done on Insta and 3 onto Gade as well. So it is just going to be Arch alone in this A site. Singularity taking their time, taking their sweet, sweet time, but regardless, they're going to push on. Arch is waiting and ready. He gets the dink off at the Gade, but he does fall down straight away, so nothing found by him. And a 15 to 13 secured. Oh god, look at the money on Peter. Oh no. Not like this. Yeah, I like this. They're quasiing, they're investing a little bit. Obviously, they can't fully buy, otherwise they won't really have enough to play with. But knowing the loss bonus is going to stack up a little bit more in their favour with 2,400. They can afford to invest down to 2k and have a 4,400 buy as well. So, yeah, they've got pistols, they've got armour. This is both to be confidence, maybe even to an attempt a round win or a weapon save for the final 1.5. That is so important. But you've got to take into account that, yes, Singularity, they are 13 to 15, but they lost both pistols. They should not be in this position here. So, that's just one real deficit for them. A couple of kills have been found though, at least for Peter. It's going to be by and large going back to the way of Singularity. It's going to just be Arch alone now. Once again, it's like deja vu from the previous round. Bomb planted on the site as well. He's rotating back in. He needs to get a gun and run away. There's no point trying to commit to this one. It's not going to happen, man. Gets himself a kill. Guns in the open. Gets it as well. Just secures it before getting taken or before getting tagged up. And if you can find yourself a pick, yes, commit to it. If he's going to miss his shot, no, just save. There's just no reason, to be honest, because they can just get more nades, they can get an AWP out if they save. There's just so many better possibilities if they can say this going into the next round, and Archie's going to do exactly that. Singularity not chasing it down because they know they're going to have a buy in the final one anyway. They're going to have money on the T side, a little bit weaker, but they got enough for the last round. That's what's important right now, and Arch obviously saving this weapon is going to be an AWP is now on the table if they want to commit to it. Whether they will, that's a different story, but yeah, they will. Waterfall's going to get that one up. Bit of body armour as well to support. AK's kept on Arch. He doesn't even drop the AWP because Waterfall's had a little bit enough. Anyway, a little bit more, not a little bit enough. That makes no sense. It's been a long day, but yeah. Singularity. Rifle's going to be out. Last round of the map here, unless we see overtime, which is looking more and more likely by the second, especially with Singularity bringing this to such a close contesting scoreline. They set up just outside of A here on the roof of A. Break these windows. Insta, much like EPG now, just try and clear out these angles, setting up these flashes. It will be going in there, Molotov as well to follow. I wonder where that lands actually. Let's go for a little bit of a fly through. Ooh, that's a cool position. Bit of a rebound there, interesting. But look at Jimka. He's pushed up very heavily. Flash goes out as well. He backs off, doesn't commit to this one. And Peter, they are going to be playing it very, very slowly here. Not pushing up anymore. Singularity aren't bringing the fight to them. The time going down as well. I'm not sure what Jimka's doing here. He's trying to spot out this position, but at least meanwhile Ubeek's getting himself the first kill for the CT side. So now Peter having this man advantage going into this last round, and now Singularity, they need to trade things out. They're going for something they haven't tried yet. A very fast A play, but Arch is going to be ready and waiting. Takes the first kill. Facecrack as well to follow over towards his side. He follows up with 2, and Carney's, he does get himself a 1D onto Jimka and CT, but there's going to be 2 more to find now. He has to go big. The Orb going to miss its shot. Bombs down in the middle of the site, and the time is so low here. It's looking like Peter may be able to secure this one. Carney's, he has so much pressure on taking it. He doesn't even pick up the bomb. He should be trying to get that down towards the back of the site. He's just going to run on back. Bomb going to be committed here as well. He can't fake this one out with 2 players pushing towards him. Bomb going to get planted. Peeks out the left angle, but no. Facecrack is ready. Kill will go towards him, and that will be Peter to pick up that map. 16 to 14, very close. It does come down to the wire at the end of the day, but we will see Peter secure it. So that is going to be the second map of today concluded. Very fun stuff. Obviously, we do have more for you guys. So while that was kind of an expected win, not an expected scoreline. I was not expecting Singularity to do so well in that map. And I'll just get that over updated for you. That's Peter and Hamas winning their matches both today. So already 2 out of 4 completed. We do have a couple more coming up later as well. So... and that will be, yeah, that'll be starting about